probably know who Steven Crowder is, and he is a YouTube channel. He has his own like show, and it has like a little team of people that are in there doing his shit, and he's got over 600,000 subscribers, and he kind of represents the right-wing base on YouTube. And he just made this video, and he absolutely has, like, he gets a hard-on whenever one of his people bring up the idea of making a video about Bernie Sanders. And he just made this bullshit-ass title. It says, "Proof Bernie Sanders is a full-blown hashtag social justice warrior," when really he barely mentions the word social justice warrior. In the beginning he mentions it because he's saying that he's talking about the people who are marginalized. Yeah, you know, that's how you help people who are less fortunate and not doing well in society, and that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, we should talk about how to get the rich richer, how to get the, you know, when he's talking marginalized too, it's not like he's not including the middle class. He's always talking about how the middle class is shrinking. So middle class and poor people, the people who are not doing as well as the top, he wants to make them better because they are marginalized. By your logic, we should just continue talking about how to get the rich richer, instead of saying let's try and help the marginalized get further. That's how the economy becomes better. More money in flow, and we get people paying tax dollars for things. So he goes on to make quite a few points, and it's basically, he brings up these pictures of like this definition bullshit that he made up. It says access free shit. No, dude, okay. First of all, it's Bernie Sanders talking to a House member, it seems, and he is talking about Planned Parenthood, and he's addressing the fact that Republicans want to repeal money from Planned Parenthood because they fundamentally disagree with abortions, and because of that, they don't care about the real facts. And I'm going to show you what the real facts are. They don't give a shit about the real facts, and what the real effects are, they don't care. They want it to go away. And seemingly, Steven Crowder seems to support this. So Bernie Sanders goes on to say, like, 2.5 million people rely on Planned Parenthood for their health. Women's health, what they get, their screenings and all of that. So what he's trying to say is, why would you take this many people off? And why would you force them to go elsewhere? Because that is forcing them to go elsewhere if you're going to defund Planned Parenthood. Because if they can't supply the people with healthcare because of lack of government funding, those people will not get it. So when you say access is free shit, yeah, access for the poor because they can't afford it. The low income, he rests his picture of low income. The definition is brown people or some shit, or black people. I don't know, some massively race baiting quote. I thought you were saying that liberals and progressives and people on the left were race baiting, because motherfucker, I don't bring shit up about race when it comes to this, okay? What I'm talking about is the people who need help. That's all I give a shit about. I don't give a fuck about their pigment. I don't give a fuck about whatever kind of terms you want to use so you can get more views on your videos. What I'm trying to say is, help the people who need help. It's not that complicated. It's really not that complicated. And then he goes on to continue talking about how people think that when he says that you're removing the choice, oh, it's BS. And then he goes on to bring up the same normal right-wing talking points we hear, which is that it's federally, it's from your taxpayer money. Bitch, were you saying that about the Iraq War? I guarantee you weren't. What it's supposed to be is correct allocation of funds that you believe is correct. And he goes on to bash Obamacare as well. Look, the funny thing is here, a system that is ideal for Bernie Sanders is not Obamacare. It's single-payer healthcare, in which an individual mandate is not there. You wouldn't get fined for not having healthcare. So I don't really agree with the individual mandate. That's a gift to the fucking healthcare industry, the companies. So bringing that up is just like this stupid thing. And it's like, again, we come back to the same shit too. It's like, what would you do? Put yourself in this position. Your brother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt, your grandma, grandpa, whatever, is diagnosed with cancer, can't afford the treatment, so either goes into massive debt because they took it on and they take on the loan and they live in poverty and suffering for the rest of their life, or they just die because they can't afford it, and the healthcare insurance companies will just simply not allow them to get it. So this whole thing that Steven Crowder, this whole show that he's putting on, first of all, the title is a massive clickbait piece of shit. And that's really what it is. Really, social justice warrior. The words were mentioned maybe a few times in here, and it's such BS. I don't think I've ever seen this in here. He goes on because this guy, and here's the underlying thing with a lot of his beliefs. And this guy's a Christian, and that's where it comes from. Okay, he's a Christian guy, and a lot of his shit comes from this conservative Christian. Where have we heard that before? Maybe, I don't know, like the whole conservative party. Okay, so here's the thing. So he fundamentally disagrees with abortion as well, and that's why he's not defending Planned Parenthood, okay? Here's the thing, okay, and this is on their website too. It's not like some kind of rocket science, or if it's some physics or some kind of some string theory that is unable to be solved, or some anomalies or some shit. No, that's not what it is. So here's what it says. It says Planned Parenthood provides more than 270,000 pap tests and more than 360,000 breast exams in a single year, critical services in detecting cancer. So how many more people you want to get cancer? And here's the other thing. Planned Parenthood provides more than 4.2 million tests and treatments for sexually transmitted infections, including more than 650,000 HIV tests. So you're going to take that completely out, because once you take this out, there is no more access to this because of the lack of federal funding. So by your own shit, you're preventing this many people from getting the treatment they need, and death will be near. They also go on to say, and this is the last thing that I'm going to tell you, because this is the underlying point. 3% of all Planned Parenthood health services are abortion services. 3%. 1, 2, 3. It's not that complicated. Or a mathematical degree or a statistics degree. It is not that hard to understand, Steven. It really isn't. That means 97% of their services are anything else, but fuck it, you have to take them out anyways. And also, abortions are not federally funded. So this BS is just stupid, and stop playing this trick. Your title is a bunch of clickbait, and your channel is complete propaganda garbage.